All right, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the different types of tools that are needed to be successful with remote workers. Now, there's four main categories. There's communication tools, project management, time tracking, and then VPNs. VPNs in there just because of certain niches needing more data security and those types of things. It's always good to have a backup, especially if your remote talent is traveling, accessing public Wi-Fi, those types of things. So first, let's jump into the communication tools. We have Slack, Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet. Now, I'm sure many of these are familiar. If you're not familiar with Slack, it's a workplace messaging platform. So it's acquired by Salesforce, or it's a Salesforce product right now. Super easy to use, free to start using, very affordable plans. This is used by most agency owners and most startups that I come into contact with for daily communication internally. For Zoom, Zoom again is super common. It's one of the main types of video conferencing platforms during the pandemic. It obviously rose in popularity. Teams is Microsoft's product. It is used heavily in the financial niches. That's at least what I've kind of noticed as a trend. And then Google Meet is another thing that's used a lot in the startup world as well. These three are pretty interchangeable. I like to just keep Slack. It's one of the best and easiest ones across the globe to utilize. There's a lot of great features and great designs with it. The next is project management. We have Airtable, Monday.com, ClickUp, and Trello. My favorite tool out of these four project management tools is Airtable, just because you can literally do anything you want inside of Airtable. There's a million different templates. There's a million different ways that you can actually utilize it. It's something that there's a little bit of a learning curve when you first get started, but there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube. They have a good academy and resources that you can learn from, but you can do pretty much anything you need. Building custom apps, building relational databases. It's very robust. I like to use it for an applicant tracking system. So my applicant tracking system is custom built on Airtable, and we can search through resumes and do all these types of fancy things that other solutions could do, except I'm not paying obscene prices because it's custom built inside of Airtable versus paying for a Workable or some of these other tools. So if you're a little bit more tech savvy and you want to build your own things, almost like Legos, choose Airtable. If you want something that's a little bit more plug and play, more templates, there's other solutions. Those other solutions are Monday.com, ClickUp, and Trello. Monday is quite bubbly. It has these project planning boards with these bright colors. It's something that I used to use when my agency was a little bit smaller. But now with so many moving parts, we have everything custom made in Airtable. Monday's still a really good option for CRMs, project management, ticketing, all those different types of use cases you can see here. Overall, it's not too expensive. I think $10-15 a month. And it's really solid if you're looking for kind of cutting your teeth and getting newer into project management. The next ones are ClickUp and Trello. These are very similar. You're going to notice that with a lot of the project management systems besides Airtable, just because there's more you can kind of do with it. But with ClickUp, very similar to Monday. You can almost use some of these a little bit interchangeably. Why people like Trello is because of these Kanban boards and some of the functionalities. It's almost like a blend between Airtable and ClickUp or Monday. Trello is a little bit more diverse in what you can do with it. But pretty much all of these are just chosen by people's personal preference or not really too much use case unless they need something crazy built out and they need something custom. The next section of tools is the time tracking tools. There's really only one that I go to. No, I'm not affiliated with Clockify. But Clockify is the best one on the market. I've used a lot of different ones, but I've been using Clockify for about a year and a half. Completely free. There's just a simple Chrome extension. You can basically go through and track your time on a daily basis. You can track how much time it takes you to complete certain projects, and then look at that time over a section of a quarter, or a week, or a couple of days, or a couple of hours, and get better visibility on your projects. So it's definitely something that you need to add in for extra productivity on yourself, but then also your team. Moving on from the time tracking tools is the VPN section. There's a ton of different providers. If you've watched a YouTube video in the last 2 years, almost every other person is sponsored by some VPN company. It may be NordVPN or something like that, or ExpressVPN. Molvad is one that I've utilized here for probably about the last 2 years. Reason being is they're extremely secure. They're very, very anonymous. And they basically stand up for freedom of speech and privacy and those types of things. And so they have a variety of reasons that you can utilize them, but they're super cheap as well. So you don't need to pay some sort of subscription. You buy every single month for about $5 US. You get multiple platforms or multiple devices under one account. You can pay with crypto, you can pay with credit card. Either way you want to do it, it's very, very easy to have on mobile devices and laptops and desktops. So just a quick recap. To recap on the tools that are needed for remote workers, we have communication tools such as Slack, Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet. Project management tools such as Airtable, Monday.com, ClickUp, Trello. A time tracking tool, Clockify, and VPNs such as Molvad. So hopefully this video has been insightful and helpful for figuring out some of the tools that you need for remote workers. If you have any questions about remote work, either integration, hiring people, whatever it may be, drop those questions in the comments below, and I'll be able to happily answer them. If you want to learn more about what Zeboda does in the recruitment of talent in Central, Eastern Europe, and Latin America, just click the link in the description and book a call, and we'd be happy to chat with you.